Good morning, man. God has a word for us. Today, I want to follow up on the post that I did yesterday in regards to Proverbs 26, 24, and 25, where it reads, "Enemies disguise themselves with their lips, but in their hearts they harbor deceit. Though their speech is charming, do not believe them, for 7 abominations fill their hearts." This is Solomon writing to us. Remember that Solomon was a king, and to be a king is very difficult. People would flatter him with their lips, but in their hearts they were rebellions. They probably tried to assassinate him. I recall his brother tried to usurp his throne. But here, I'm also thinking about it more deeply. Joshua, it reminds me of the book of Joshua, chapter 9, where the Gibeonites deceived the Israelites. God gave a command to Joshua and the army of Israel to wipe out all the inhabitants of Canaan. The Gibeonites heard about what the Lord was doing and how Joshua was conquering all the kings. There were 31 in total. So they were afraid, and they devised a scheme to deceive Joshua. So in Joshua chapter 9, the Gibeonites went on, they put on worn out clothing, and they took bread that had mildew and made the journey towards Joshua. And they presented themselves like they did not live in the land, that they come from a far land. But this is the excuse that the lie that they told Joshua. They said, "We heard everything that your God, your Lord, has done to Egypt and how you have conquered the land, and we are here to make a pact with you." Basically, they're saying, we want to worship your God because your God is the true God. But look at this interesting question about Joshua. Joshua said, "I don't even know where you come from. You might live in the land, and you might be lying to us." He had that hinge. But it's sad that the Joshua chapter 9 highlights that the elders of Israel did not consult with the Lord, and ultimately Joshua wind up making a treaty with these Hivites. And later on, they found out that they did live in the land. So Joshua got upset and said, "You know what? From now on, you guys are going to carry our waters, and you're going to be our labor force, chopping down trees and so on and so on." So I think this is basically what Solomon is trying to encourage us and just make us aware that not everybody that comes your way has the best of intentions. Even the Lord Jesus, I mentioned this yesterday in John chapter 2, 24, it says, "But Jesus will not entrust himself to them, for he knew all people." Even the Lord did not entrust himself to people because people had interior motives. They kind of were plotting against him. The Pharisees were plotting against him and always trying to pin him so they can charge him. The poster child of deceit is Judas. Judas, in John chapter 6, 7, then Jesus replied, have I not chosen you, the 12? So Jesus is speaking to his disciples, and he says, "I chose you, yet one of you is a devil." So Jesus knew that Judas was the devil and an instrument of the devil to betray him. But this all happens in God's providence. God knows the beginning from the end. But I guess what I want you to take out from this message today is that we must be wise as serpents, but gentle as doves. Just pray to the Lord for discernment. Don't be like Joshua and the elders of Israel that did not consult with the Lord. Be careful who you allow in your life. Be careful who you allow in your circles and around your family and your children. Anyway, may the Lord richly bless you today. See you later.